the future. And he is Mr. A.K.Purwar, who is really chairman of IndiaVenture. He is the chairman of IndiaVenture Advisors, which is the investment manager to IndiaVenture Trust Fund 1, the healthcare and life sciences focused private equity fund sponsored by the Piramal Group. He's also chairman of ILFS Renewable Energy Limited since 2008 and India Infoline Investment Services. He's also an independent director in a number of leading companies in the telecom, steel, textiles, and power, automobile, and a whole bunch of other spaces. As many of you are aware, Mr. Purwar was actually the chairman of India's largest bank, the State Bank of India, from November 2002 to May 2006. Mr. Purwar, would you please share with us what you think will happen in the future?
Thank you, Paresh. Good evening, friends. Well, I am a banker, 40 years banking experience, so I look to everything as the banker's eye, financial sector's eye. And what I have seen during the last 40 years in the banking is that, well, we have invested in a lot of companies, some of the companies, good companies. But what has been most distinguishing about investments in various companies is that wherever the people were good and they were able to take calculated risk, they were clean, good at dealing in finances, they made a bigger difference to their business than others. And there are lots of examples which are there. If you take Infosys, if you take Wipro, lots of things, lots of people of that type have multiplied wealth in a much faster manner. In private equity space, my entry was a little interesting in the sense that, well, having worked in the bank, I saw lots of very good companies which were there, which used to be funded by private equity players. Statutorily, we were not permitted to fund those, to provide equity support to our companies. And we were left with providing debt support. And we saw a lot of private equity companies making a lot of money. And, we used to feel sad that, well, we have 50 years relationship, we have 25 years relationship, we know the customers very well, but still we were not able to invest. So post leaving the State Bank of India, I went into this space. And I have really found it interesting. Interesting in the sense that the country is changing so fast. People are becoming so ambitious. And there's a lot of focus on newer ideas that people have. If those who have good ideas, they really can make a difference. And even the existing players who had good track record, but wanted to scale up faster than what they could scale up, these private equity investment made a difference. Well, I have now 4 years of private equity experience. We have made some investments. Some have been successful. Some need to prove successful. But one experience which I will always like to mention to you all, that in one case where a group of doctors came, they had set up a small hospital. They started with around 20-bed facility, which they scaled up to 200 bed. We helped them scale up to 450 bed in, say, 6 months' time by helping them acquire a sick hospital. And then now we are helping them scale from 450 to around 900 beds in, say, next 12 months' time. And the kind of results those two simple doctors have succeeded in producing has impressed me greatly. And the way in which the country is growing, the mid-corporate sector is growing, that's one example. The mid-corporate sector today is growing today at around 16 to 17% per annum. And it is being basically driven by these kinds of entrepreneurs. And therefore, my firm belief is that next 3 years' time, we should see whole host of deals in various sectors. And if I am allowed to take a peep in future, I would say that even in the mid-corporate infrastructure services, maybe more particularly on social infrastructure, healthcare has become a very focused area today. My belief is that education will also become another focus area tomorrow. My belief is that, well, in the mid-corporate sector, again, we are going to see a lot more activities as far as agro-based industries is concerned. Agriculture growing at around 4%, 5% this year. In times to come, this growth is likely to be sustained, and therefore, there would be very good opportunities. And then clean energy, of course. I also manage one of the clean energy companies. So these are the couple of areas where I feel we are going to see a lot more action. My belief is, Mr. Dam, we have scratched only the surface as far as Indian growth story is concerned. Real story is to unfold. All the very best. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to move to questions, and I will just throw out my